What is up, everybody? I am Bags. Welcome to Saturday Night Live on the Baggcast. I am here with Sev and Greg. And tonight is the first episode of the Baggcast, and we are basically just gonna ramble. We haven't really come up with a lot of ideas, so tonight, for an hour or hour and a half, is just gonna be a bunch of rambling and us talking shit. Not obviously talking shit about people, just talking about shit in general. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll just cut the footage. Y'all already heard Greg's introduction, so how about we go ahead and give the floor to Sev?
See, I'm your host with the mostest,
Okay.
aka known as Seversons from the countryside. You know what I'm saying?
This guy said host with the most.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around. But no, I'm Sev. You know what I'm saying? All about the vibes, aka that's why they call me the Vibe Lord. Chillest dude you will ever meet. Also, easiest dude to piss off sometimes. But that's besides the point. We just here to have a good time, vibe out, and talk about stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's it. So it's really it. Ooh, vaya.
What day? All right.
My dog decided to come on the floor real quick.
Just give the dog the floor too, bro. Go ahead. Let him do his introduction too. We can do a special guest, Sev's dog, on the podcast, on the live.
Say something. Hey man, he ain't talking, bro. He kind of shy. I'm not gonna hold you.
He said he ain't talking. I did not mean to do whatever the fuck that was. All right, so this is the first episode in a series that I wanted to start because I want to start getting into more serious, I guess you could say, content creation and connectivity, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. So this is, like I said, the first episode of the Baggcast. All footage after the podcast will be uploaded to YouTube. And I probably will have to do some editing and whatnot because, you know, we're going to be talking a lot of shit here. So I'll probably have to edit some footage, but welcome everybody. And if you're watching on YouTube, hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You know, the little red button down below. Yeah, don't forget to hit that motherfucker.
And click that notification bell so you stay
hit that damn notification bell so you can stay updated on more episodes. Hey, listen, I'm talking here, partner. You gotta shut your mouth, all right? But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Comment down below if you guys have any suggestions on what we should do in the future. But this will be happening every Saturday. Footage will likely be uploaded Saturday or Sunday, depending on how quick I can get through all the footage. So, yeah. That's about it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do my intro as well, because if the people on YouTube don't know me, you're just coming through for the first time and you find the podcast. I'm Bags. I'm from Iceland. All right. I'm a streamer. I usually stream on Twitch every single day. I'm mostly gaming or doing whatever the hell else. I'm trying to be a variety streamer, but I mainly do FPS games, as in Apex, and play a lot of Tarkov. But I also play other games as well with some friends, like Among Us and some other stuff. I actually have not done any Among Us content, which will hopefully be coming soon because we now have a big group of people that are playing it now. So I'm gonna try to get some footage together, and hopefully we can make some funny Among Us clips. But yeah, let's fucking do this, boys.
Let's dive right in.
Let's dive right into the news.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. So, is there anything you guys would like to talk about in this first podcast? Right now, I'm pretty much just spitting. We're pretty much just freestyling here because obviously this is kind of new.
We ain't got no topic. so we have to freestyle.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit. I don't. This is my first time doing a podcast, man.
I
I
know.
don't really know what to do. I don't really know what to do here.
Neither do I. It's my first time too. I'm not gonna hold you, but like,
I have done some research, but that's just mainly
all right,
on
bring up your
like
research. What's a topic that you found out during your
On your
research?
research.
on my research. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes here.
You got notes.
Oh, I gotta pull up my notes here. Um, let's see. We got Q&A, paranormal. Yo, listen. All right, here's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal.
Yeah.
Paranormal what? Paranormal activity or just
Activity?
paranormal?
Just
Just
ghosts, spirits in general. We got
Okay.
that. We
Bet.
got
He
fucking.
said bet.
I need to stop
Bet,
cussing
hold
so
on.
much because YouTube
I know.
has changed
YouTube
their
education, I know. That's why I'm not saying that
policies.
many like curse
Yeah.
words right now. You
The
know what I'm saying? So I'm
cussing.
keeping it I'm trying to keep it PG for the most. You know, as long as I can hold it, I'm gonna keep it PG.
As long as I
But
can hold it.
anyway,
How about
let's
this?
get
How about we
into-
talk about some paranormal stuff? How about
That's what
that?
I was
Because
about to
I
say,
have
too.
so much to talk about on this topic.
bro. So do I, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
All right, how about this? Have
Go
you
first.
guys ever had any paranormal encounters?
Yes, more than
I
once.
think once or twice. My old apartment.
All right, so
More than once.
since Sev is over here going crazy about this topic, how about we start with you, Sev? Talk. Let's go.
Bruh.
What you got?
I bet. It kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking about it kind of like freaks me out. I'm not going to hold you because it like sends like, you know what I'm saying? The chills down your spine. Because it's like something that doesn't really exist, but like it happens, you know what I'm saying? So, I would say like last year or like almost 2 years ago, right? Me, my brother, his girlfriend, we went to the spot where you can like drive in a donut, like in a circle, right? And he was teaching her how to drive. I bet. So we go one lap, we go two lap. Let's say when we get to the third lap, right? Something just runs past the car, right? And we all saw what it looked like. It was like this. It looked like this wolf, like this wolf type shit, but kind of the same size as a bear. The head was like a bear, and it had glowing red eyes and shit, and his teeth was like mad weird, bro. And it ran past the car, right? Bet. We stopped the car. We're all fucking panicking, right? I look behind me, bro. I see this man standing in the bushes on his hind legs, just staring at me, fucking drooling.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, yo, just wait. That's my point of view, right? Because like, you gotta remember, there's 3 people in the car, right? So I'm looking behind. My brother is looking to the front. His girl is looking to the left. I bet. Here's where it gets weird. Because my brother is looking straight ahead, right? And he sees the same shit I just said, but with 3 heads. It might have been like multiple standing in the same spot on its hind legs with just glowing red eyes staring at us, right? And then his girlfriend, who's looking like to the left behind, my brother, sees at least about 6 of them standing there, glowing red eyes, bro. And and I'm the one looking behind. I only see one. They saw this. You know what I'm saying? So we all like panicking a little bit. We get in the car, like we just start driving. All of a sudden, bro, nothing. Vanished. Everything was poof. As soon as the car started, everything was gone. Nothing. You couldn't even see it. That's the craziest fucking part about it, man. Sorry, my bad. I keep swearing. It's just tripping me out thinking about it. I'm not gonna hold you because it's something that shouldn't be real, but
That's
it
crazy.
happened.
That does sound crazy.
Peach in my chat just said shapeshifter. That bro.
Bro,
I believe
it's real.
I believe in this type of stuff. I've always believed in this type of stuff ever since I was a kid. And I don't know. I guess I've just always been like really open-minded about pretty much everything. Wait, no, not shapeshifters, skinwalkers. Skinwalkers.
No, the thing is, right? Skinwalkers, right? Skinwalkers they more likely tend to take on like human forms, you know what I'm saying, and copy humans because they're skinwalkers, right? But shapeshifters, bro, when I tell you, these can turn into anything you can possibly think of, bro. And then when you see that stuff, and then it's like randomly disappears like into thin air after you
Mhm.
witness it happen, it does something to you because then you start thinking about stuff, right? And what it did to me was I went to go do some research. And what happened was is that when I looked at it, at first, you know what I'm saying, because like she said, skinwalkers, right? So I went to type in skinwalkers, and then it says skinwalkers mostly take on like to copy other human beings to what's it called, to bait in more humans so they can have people to feed on type shit. And then I went to look up shapeshifters. Shapeshifters can copy any form they see. So when I was talking about that stuff that I told you, right, like the multiple shit that was
Mm.
there, that cannot be skinwalkers, bro. That has to be shapeshifter because there was multiple of them and they vanished in a second. As soon as the car started, everything was gone. So
Like I was saying, like I really believe in this stuff, and I guess it's because ever since I was young, I've just been super open minded, and I think that tracks back to my mother. I love her, by the way. She's always been like very very connected with, I guess you could say, the other side. I guess let's just use Stranger Things version and call it the Upside Down. All right, we're just
Okay.
gonna call it the Upside Down. My mom has always been connected to the Upside Down ever since I was like a kid, and she's always told me stories. And the people that were in her stories have also backed up those claims. So I think ever since I was a kid, I've always believed in this type of stuff. And me myself, I've seen some pretty wild stuff, stuff that I can't explain. Well,
I
not
mean,
not so much the afterlife,
Explain.
Peach, but it's more like just stuff that nobody would be able to explain and that nobody has
yeah,
explained. I've
yeah,
always believed in this stuff, and like, I guess your story, Sev, I've never experienced anything that severe on that type of
yeah,
level, but
yeah,
my paranormal experiences have more been so like, uh there was this one time me and my mom were driving across Iceland to get to my city from Reykjavik. It's like a 5-6 hour drive, and we
Mhm.
were on our way from Reykjavik to come to where we live. And what happened was it was really snowy outside. We were driving my mom's old Chevrolet. It was a Chevrolet Lacetti or a Lacetti. I don't know how you pronounce it in English. But we were we were driving up. We have like these. So along the way to Reykjavik, there's like these mountain passes that you have to drive through, and during the winter they
ooh,
get like really really slippery, and
Yeah.
like because of like all the snow and all the bad weather that is like high up in the mountains. So obviously like it's very slippery on that road and whatnot. So we're
mhm.
driving, and all of a sudden I hear my mom just start to scream. So I'm sitting on my phone doing whatever. I look up and I see the car. The car is just like going sideways on the road, right?
What the?
Our car is like sliding sideways. My mom is
Uh-huh.
trying to fucking use the steering wheel to try to get the car straight. And then my mom just lets go of the steering wheel. She sits back,
Huh?
and the car just straightens itself out like on its own.
The
I've
fuck?
never
What?
seen anything like that ever before in
What?
my life. The
Car
car
just
literally
straightens out
straightened itself out
By what?
by
by
itself. That's what
itself.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
What?
saying. The car straightened itself out. Me and my mom are both like almost. I'm almost screaming. My mom is screaming. I'm almost screaming. I thought we were
Yeah.
about to drive off the road and fall down a goddamn mountain or some cliff or some shit. But the car straightened itself out and like almost came to a full stop. My mom gripped the steering wheel. She pulled over. And we sat there in utter silence. Neither of us said anything for maybe 20 minutes. We just sat there. And then my mom said, someone's watching over us. And I believe it. I believe that stuff to be true. And here's another crazy car story. This is one that I have not told a lot of people. And I can... If there is people on YouTube or whatever that don't believe this story, I have news articles and I have everything to prove that this is true. So this happened on the day that I was born. Not a lot of people know this. This happened on the day I was born. My mom and my dad were... I live now kind of like up north. And around this time, they lived 45 minutes away from the city that I'm in now. The city that I'm in now is like the only big hospital. The little village that they lived in back then was it had a hospital, but it was more, well, it wasn't a hospital. It was more just a clinic. Sorry, my chest. It was more of a clinic. There wasn't any like hospital beds or, you know, it wasn't really fit to give birth. So obviously my mom goes into labor. They have to get in the car and drive 45 minutes to the city. Okay. Mind you, I am born in November and I live in Iceland. Okay. So obviously around this time, the roads are icy. It's snowing, blah, 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 all this. We know how that all works. So from that little village to this city, there is a road that is kind of slanted. It kind of goes up and then curves left. So they were driving up this hill and the car was slowing down. So my dad decided to press the gas a little bit to go a little bit faster. Obviously, it was a dumb mistake. He shouldn't have done that. The car started to lose control of the car. So on this curve, back then, there was no railing to guide the cars. There was no railing. So it was just a road and then an open cliff on the side. Okay?
Open cliff.
They start driving up. The car loses control and it goes off the side. The car goes off the side. Now, my mom is sitting in the front seat. Okay? My mom is sitting in the front seat and the car goes off the side. They start falling down this cliff up, and as they're falling, there's a pole like somewhere down on the cliff. Like I guess maybe a sign or something that had kind of shifted with the earth. Yeah. The sign goes entirely through the backseat. Like we're talking the sign is like literally right above the seat all the way through the back. Okay.
What?
It just cuts through.
My mom decided to sit in the front seat because she knew that something bad was going to happen that day. So she decided to sit in the front seat. Mind you, obviously, you can never predict something like this, obviously.
No.
So my mom goes and sits in the front seat. The pole goes all the way through the back seat. If my mom would have laid in the back seat like most women do when they're in labor and their husband is driving them to the hospital, most women would lay into the back, right?
Yeah.
If my mom would have laid in the back, I would not be here today.
That is
on everything. This is a true story. I have news articles to back it up and everything. Like the scary thing is, bro, thinking about the fact that my mom for some reason just decided to sit in the front seat. And I honestly think that something was watching over us and something made her get into the front seat. I believe in this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm not gonna hold you. I believe in that shit too, bruh. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bruh. I've seen some stuff and witnessed some stuff. Like that first story I told you, I have a lot more that are just as crazy.
Crazier than that?
Well, just almost just as crazy, but not crazier than that.
I mean, think about it, bro. How freaky is that, though? Think about the fact that if I would have sat, or if my mom would have sat in the front seat or in the back seat, I would not be here today. That's one of the things that has scared me the most my entire life, and it still scares me to this day because that's like not even a coincidence. That's just like a freaky thing that nobody can explain.
I
Yeah,
agree with you on that.
it's definitely something that keeps you up at night.
Bruh, you know what keeps me up at night, bro? My demons.
I think that
Demons.
goes for everybody.
No, but for me, it's more than just like my demons because like from time to time, what's it called? I get sleep paralysis, right?
Hmm.
Like I'll be wide awake, bro, wide awake, but can't move my body, and then gonna hold you. Like I'm not afraid of shit.
That's I think that's more sleep paralysis than anything because
No,
that's
no,
happened to me.
yeah, but the thing is, right? So when I
Uh-huh.
have sleep paralysis, normally when you have sleep paralysis, right, there's like a figure or something in the distance that like looks creepy, as you know what I'm saying, looks creepy and it's coming
Mm.
slowly towards you, right? Like
Yeah.
because you can't move, so it's like slowly coming towards you. For me, when I have sleep paralysis, I literally can't move as it goes. I look because your eyes, you can move your eyes, right? So I look around me, bro, and a lot of people always say it's normally one figure always slowly coming towards you. You know what I'm saying? For me, I literally see maybe 20 figures around me, not moving, just staring me down. You
Yeah,
know how much
That's
creepier that is that than something slowly coming towards you and you trying to wiggle your body so you can fight or whatever or do something
yeah.
compared to having 20 something figures just staring you down. And you know what's the craziest thing? They
Huh?
all have different eye colors. Literally.
All, all of
Like
them?
all of them. One has red, one has white, one has black, blue, you name it. Every single color you can think of, they almost have it. And they're just staring at you, doing nothing while you just lay there and you can't move.
seems like Sev's got an attachment to some cult type shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. I don't know what it is. It's just like cause like you know what I'm saying for back on the paranormal topic, right? Like we were
Yeah.
talking about like how we were talking about stuff like bags what happened to you, right? For me, whenever like a family member dies, right? Like they die and they
Hmm.
go to the afterlife or whatever you want to call it, the up down, whatever you want to call it, right?
Hmm.
I see them standing in my doorway the day they pass. They're standing in my doorway in a shadowy type figure, but I can tell it's them. You know how weird that is? I've seen my niece that's
Peach is
2 years old.
actually Peach has got a good point. Have you ever tried messing around with Ouija boards? Maybe trying
No,
to contact.
no,
Why not, bro?
no, never, never,
Why?
no,
You don't want to
boy,
mess with it?
no, hell no, because I'm gonna summon up all the demons,
All the demons.
What
and they're
about
gonna be attracted to me, bruh.
you, Greg? What are some
Uh,
paranormal stories that you got?
so I have two. It was a old apartment, but I'll do my grandfather first because Seb brought up a dead family member. So my grandfather passed away, I think a year or two ago, and I went to go visit my dad. First time forever, and just one night I thought, oh, let me just go out for a walk because they were making me lose my mind. I was like, okay, I can't take this family. I was like, let me just go out for a walk. It started heavily raining, like heavily. I've never seen rain like this. And then I look behind me and I see a strange figures following me, and it wasn't like moving at all. It was just looking dead at me. And the weirdest thing was is I can't see it. It's like just there, and I couldn't. I just kept walking, and then I turn around again, and it gets closer, and I don't know what it is. So I go there, and some dude comes out of his house saying, "What are you looking at?" Because he can't see it, but I can. And I think it was my grandfather watching me, but I am not sure. So, my stepmom came and she said, "What are you doing out here in the rain?" I'm like, "I just wanted to go for a walk, and there was this creepy figure out here. Can you see it?" She's like, "No." So I think my grandfather was stalking me or following me, making sure I was okay. It creeped me the fuck out. It made me stay awake for at least a week there, making me look around, making sure.
And that will do it to you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That will do it to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to go out for a walk and I just see the
And all,
creepiest
yeah,
figure.
Yeah, bro, trust me. I know how you felt. I know how
Yeah.
you.
The thing is as well, like there's so many people that don't believe in this type of stuff, and the thing is, man, like you cannot mess around with this type of stuff because
No, you
this
can't.
stuff is like paranormal stuff can be deadly, and it's like
Yep.
it's not something to mess around with. Like if you're for anybody at home, if you guys are thinking about using Ouija boards or whatever
Don't
else,
do
like
it.
be
Don't
careful.
ever
Well, if you are
do it.
gonna do it, obviously I can't stop
Just
you. But all I
careful.
can say is like do it at your own risk because this stuff is scary.
Mm.
I like
Now that we're on this topic, actually, I have a question for both of y'all.
Okay.
Do y'all believe in what's it called? In aliens and mythical creatures being on this planet with us?
Of course.
okay,
I've always felt
okay.
that.
Before we get into that topic, before we go into all the whole alien stuff, because I could talk about that for a very long time.
Days.
There is one more story that I want to talk about regarding this paranormal topic because
Go ahead.
this story is this I think this is the story that started my whole afterlife belief and all this like believing in ghosts and another life and all this stuff. So this was back when I lived in the States. I think you both know that I used to live in the States.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I lived in Montana. This was when I was around maybe, let's say around 10ish years old. This was around the age of 10. We moved into a house in Great Falls, Montana. We moved into this house, and when we got there, my mom told me that I had told her that the old lady and her dog did not want us in this house. Okay. That's not even the scariest part. We had lived there for about 3 years. And during these 3 years, we had like the worst experiences. Our basement got flooded. There was shit, I can't remember. I was so young. I remember the reason I remember our basement flooded was because I had an Xbox down there and it got ruined. But there was one thing as well. While we lived there, my mom told me that there was always water leaking out of the walls. And also like the sinks would be turning on and off at night and the lights would be flickering even though the lights were fine. Like my mom told me that there was this one night they went out or there's this one day they went out and they bought brand new light bulbs. They switched all the light bulbs in the house. The same night that they switched the light bulbs, it kept happening. Lights flickering, sinks going on and off, water leaking out of the walls. And when we left, after we moved out, my mom caught me waving back as we finished moving and we got all of our stuff out of the house. She caught me looking back at the house and waving. And my mom asked me, "What are you waving at?" And she said, "You told me that the old lady and her dog were happy that we were leaving."
What?
And
What?
the crazy thing is, there was an old lady that lived in that house prior and had died in that house. So, like,
What?
that stuff is crazy, bro. That story right there is what made me start believing in
Bro.
ghosts and the
That just
afterlife
gave me
because
goosebumps. I'm not even gonna lie.
that's the
Bro,
creepiest. And I know, look, a lot of people. There are gonna be people. If people do see this podcast, there's gonna be people that say, "Oh, but you were 10 years old. You know, this is what happens when you're 10 years old." The thing that people don't understand is that when you're a kid, it's not.
I think when you're
I
a kid,
believe that kids are connected more than we
Yeah.
think to
Yeah.
the afterlife. I really believe that we are more connected as kids to the afterlife than we are as adults.
I agree with
I definitely
that.
believe it.
I 100% agree with that.
What's up, Generic? Welcome to the podcast. What is this podcast about? Well, as I said before, this is basically just the first episode in a series that we call the Baggcast. and it is
Gonna have to change that
basically
name.
just us. Today's episode is basically just us spitballing,
Yeah.
going off of the top of our head. Right now, we're talking about paranormal activity, and I think we're about to go into aliens and other life,
And mythical creatures that
Mythical
exist
creatures.
on
mythical
our
creatures.
planet.
Okay, listen.
Let me
This.
let me let me start it off. Let me start it off. Let
All
me
right,
start it
go,
off.
go, go,
You
go,
set it
go.
up.
What do y'all think is in Antarctica?
In
What do y'all
Antarctica.
in Antarctica? Because think about it, right? We know as Antarctica as like this, you know what I'm saying? This like icy, shit that's covered with ice and shit, right? But
Yeah.
they have made some recent discoveries where there was like cities and there was a mountain that had a giant cave where you could at least fit 20 Empire States building in that had a city.
Huh.
So what do y'all think that's actually in Antarctica if I would have to ask y'all that question?
I
To be
don't think.
honest, what you said it. I would probably think just people who were here before us, probably giants or something. I don't know. Because if you said 20 sizes, say
Yeah, because there
everything.
was they found a cave. I don't know whether it was in Antarctica or somewhere else on the planet, but they
Hmm.
found a cave, right? That was so huge where you could fit 20 Empire State Buildings in. But the thing was that there was already a city built in the cave. You know what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
I
So
mean, I mean,
whoever,
it could be.
go ahead.
It could just be like an old like city from way, 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 way back that was built and kind of just
Froze over.
no, I wouldn't say froze over, but more just it got deserted and started
It got
shifting with the
lost in the
earth.
past.
Yeah.
Started kind of shifting with the earth, and the earth kind of just closed it off or something. I don't know, because
Mm-hmm.
you have to remember there's been a lot of this stuff has been found where there's like houses underground, and I think that's more so just the terraforming over time.
Well,
But at the same time, I still
I was
do
just about to say that.
believe, because like me personally, I'm what's the word for it again? I a pagan. I would consider myself a pagan, which
Pagan.
basically means I believe in Old Norse mythology, which I do. I believe in
I
the
I
Of course
gods,
I do.
and I believe in Odin and all those
I
stories and the
do.
Norse mythology. Like that's something that I've always believed.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Out of all of the mythologies, right, that I have like kind of read upon, you know what I'm saying, or just kind of stumbled upon, right? You know how YouTube be, right? When you watch one thing about some mythology, you get like the algorithm cooks up all the other mythologies and like they give you videos to watch, right?
Yeah.
So I one night I would say I at least spent around five 5 to 6 hours just watching about all the mythologies that exist. But at the end of the day, I do not believe that every single mythology is different, because if you think about it, every mythology has their main god. You know what I'm saying? For
They're all
Norse,
so similar. They're all very
they're all,
similar.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're all similar,
For
yeah.
for Norse mythology, you have Odin. For Greek mythology, you have Zeus. What is the one for Egypt called again? I forgot. But like for all the mythology, you have at least one figure that's resembles every other figure from all the other mythologies. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you have death. You have death, the thunder. You name it. Every single one has their own version.
Yeah.
But I do believe in the end that as people described all these different mythologies, I only believe in that every mythology is one mythology, but just people have separated it over time. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Because like if you look at like the Muslim people, right? How they believe in Allah and all that. They're one true God, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
I believe that's how it really is because let's be real, right? we live on this planet. We have made this mythology. We have this god. We have that god. We have this. We have that. We have that. I still believe that there is one that stands above every single person because he created them. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you look into Norse mythology and Greek mythology, and then even Muslims, I don't want to butcher the word, or like Christianity, like it's all
Mm-hmm.
it all points to there being one God
Yeah.
or one
Yeah.
main person that
One who stands above all.
one who stands above all. Yeah, so I think it's all just I think over time it's just all similar. You know what I mean?
Like I
Yeah.
said, it's all just like, you know what I'm saying? People said, oh, you know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna split this part Egypt. We're gonna split this part Muslims. We're gonna split this part Norse. We're gonna split this part Christianity. We're just gonna keep splitting it, so
Yeah.
nobody figures out that it's
Mhm.
all connected to one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, the one thing I will say though, and this may sound a little political, which I know I'm not allowed to talk about it on Twitch, so I'm just gonna say this one sentence. I
Mhm.
think I think religion is good. I think having something to believe in is very good for society and for human beings as a whole to have
Mm-hmm.
something to believe in. But I will say this: I think that the whole, I guess you could say,
What the
because
separation
there's
factor?
no, I. It's hard to say because like
Okay, just say 3 words.
I was gonna
Then
say like the whole
just say the first 3 sentences.
pushing your religion onto others with churches and books and all of this stuff. I think it's a sham.
I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're
I
trying to
Yeah.
think
say.
it's a
I know
sham
what you're trying to
made
say.
to control humanity
Yeah.
in
I
a
agree.
certain
I agree.
way that the government wants. But I mean,
I
that's
agree.
a topic for a whole another day or whatever.
Let's
But
Yeah.
let's
We
save
could
that.
definitely
I,
Let's
get
let's
into
I,
save
that.
that.
but as I
Let's,
said, religion is a good thing. I'm not saying that religion is bad. I'm saying that I think that some aspects that are made by man for religion are unnecessary and are a
I
way to
agree.
the
Agree.
control
Society,
the mass as you
the
would.
mass or society, as you want to call it.
But I do believe that religion is a good thing. I think that it is really good for society to have something to believe in. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one to shame others for their beliefs. I know,
I agree.
like I've read a lot of stories and I've seen a lot of documentaries and stuff. And back in the day, it was really hard for others to believe in
Terrible.
separate things
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because if you believed in something else, you were either killed or shunned from your clan or whatever it was that was back in the Viking days. But I
Yeah.
think
Mm-hmm.
I think today it's really good that the world has something to believe in. But I think as well taking it to the extremities of like trying to force your religion onto others. I understand that you want more people to believe, but I think that pushing like
Pushing it. It's
it's
not
like you're
gonna.
Listen.
shoving it down someone's throat.
Yeah.
It's like if a non-vegan would try to shove meat down a vegan's throat. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're basically doing the same thing when you're trying to force your religion onto others. And I understand that you want more to believe and you want, to expand blah 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 blah, but forcing it is not the way.
Yeah, you can't just
That's just
force
my
someone.
personal
One hundred
opinion.
percent. No, but I agree with you on that 100%. Because, like you said, right? You believe, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You might not be very religious or whatever, because I don't know that, Bags, because, you know what I'm saying? Me and you are
I'm not
close.
very religious, but I do have
Yeah.
my beliefs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you might not be really religious, but you have your beliefs, right? For me, right? Because I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in stuff that I can't see with my own 2 eyes. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
the same way. And
Yeah.
But
that's why I say I have my beliefs, but I don't fully believe in
commit.
anything until I see it. I believe
Yeah.
what I can see with my eyes. That's it.
Exactly. That's what I'm so, like, for example, right? Like when we were talking about all this paranormal stuff, right? We saw it with our eyes, right? So it made us
Yeah.
It
believe
made
that
us
it's
believe.
real.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Exactly.
mean.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, right? Let's say, oh, God is real, right? And he's right in front of you. That's something you're seeing with your own eyes. Then you're gonna start believing, oh wait, he's real, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
and then you might like, you know what I'm saying, you might start thinking differently, you might start doing stuff differently because you saw it with your own two eyes. As long as I do not see stuff with my eyes, I will not believe that it's real.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
exactly. Because
and I will not force it onto other people. Like, for example, if you're very religious, I'm happy for you. Do what you want to do, but don't try to, you know what I'm saying, push it onto me when I can't see if it's real or not.
Yeah.
It's like Baggh said, starting to shove it down people's throat for no reason at all, just because you want more people to believe in what you believe, which
I
is not
say
the
this
right way to
because
do
it's
it.
it's happened to me. I've been
No, it's
through
happened
the
to me
I've
too.
been through the process of these people coming and trying to force their beliefs down my throat by saying, "Oh, if you don't believe, you're gonna go to quote unquote hell or whatever. If you don't like that stuff really pisses me off because people have their own beliefs and we're allowed to be our own
And
person. And I think
exactly.
it's very sad that we have people out there that don't understand the lengths that they're going to get people to believe what they believe. And I think it's wrong.
I I agree.
I think
100%.
if you
Yeah.
want to believe something, you have to come to that realization yourself.
Exactly.
If someone else forces it down your throat, you're not truly believing. You're believing
No.
because you were forced to.
Hmm.
And that's that. But like I said, we're getting a little too political here. But
We're
Yeah.
getting a little bit too much into it. We're getting a little bit too much into
Yeah.
it. Let's let's
let's talk
rewind
about
to
aliens real quick,
yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say. Let's go to the alien topic.
That is something that scares me because I know for a damn fact that we are not
Are not
alone in
alone in the
this
fucking
galaxy.
universe, bro.
Bro,
Let's
we are
be
not alone in
real.
this universe. There is
We are
no
Let's
not.
be
way.
real, my boy.
Bro,
Let's
this
be
is what I tell
realistic.
people. For example, I actually had a conversation with someone the other day while I was playing pubs on Apex. He's a really cool guy. I can't remember his gamer tag right now, but I asked him if he believes in aliens, and he told me, "Fuck no, we are the only ones in this universe." And I could not stress enough. I told him, I asked him, so you're telling me in a universe that is expanding every 2 seconds, we are
Mm-hmm.
We're
alone.
the only ones.
We
We're
are
the only
alone.
ones.
There is
Nah,
no way, bro.
But
No.
wait, y'all seen like the what is it, the map of the universe or whatever it's called? Like, you know how it has like our for like how people explained it, or like some scientists, right? They said that like we're in a pocket, right? So our
Mhm.
universe is one pocket, and then you have like a billion other universes right beside us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have a universe, and there could be an opposite universe of us. Like, what? We're universe, what? Milky Way? And there could
Yep,
be a different universe of us, but we're just different. And, like,
we're
it could be
different people,
us. We're
but
different
they're
people.
us, but they act
Yeah.
differently, or like they're
The multiverse,
like
man. The
yeah.
multiverse.
Multiverse,
That's what
yeah.
yo. Let's get into the multiverse theory real quick before we continue on this alien topic. Yo,
I think that I've always believed that, and this connects to the whole alien and multiversal theory. I think that dreams are a way of connecting with
yes,
our
I
Connecting.
agree.
other lives. I think
I
that
agree.
obviously not all of them. Some of my dreams can be pretty far fetched, and I think that
Okay,
not all of them, but the ones that you have that you always remember and the ones that are super realistic, I believe
those are
that
in a
those
different life.
are us
A
in
different
a
life.
different life in different multiverses or whatever. I truly believe that this is true because
Okay, let's staying on the topic of the multiverse,
I mean
right?
that
So
connects to the that's what I'm saying. It connects to
so
the theory of the
like
multiverse because
yeah, so like you said, right? That dreams that dreams that you be having sometimes that you remember vividly,
Yeah.
like detailed. Like you said, I agree. They're us in a different dimension.
I think they're either us in a different dimension or it's the universe trying to tell us something.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's what
because
I
believe.
okay,
was
so
saying.
look. I had a dream, right? Like I would say, like 2-3 months ago, right? So
Hmm.
in this dream, right? I was a king. I was on my throne. I had to protect my land. I had to fight battles, right? And at one point, I would say my territory was under attack, right? And I went to go fight as the king for his people, right? So
Yeah.
as I go to go fight, I get my left arm chopped off, right? But here's the weird part about it. I know I was awake, but at the same time, I was also dreaming, right? Because so my left eye, right? I was in my dream where my arm is chopped off and everything, and like I could feel the pain. You know, when you know you like when you lose a limb, like the pain that you have is so like immense. I felt it, and then on the right side, like on my right eye, bro, I could
Mm.
see my TV screen on a YouTube video that I was watching before I fell asleep, and it was still playing because it was 3 hours long.
Uh-huh.
And I was just shifting between, you know what I'm saying, like between the two, like reality and dream. But
Yeah.
it felt so real that I just don't know how to feel about it, to be honest, because like it either it was me in a different dimension and I saw what happened to him,
Mm-hmm.
or it's either something else that I can't explain because I remember it so vividly and like the pain, like it was intense, bro. The
I've I,
pain was so real.
I've had dreams like that as well. I actually had one
Yeah.
the other day, and I've been waiting to tell people about this dream.
All right, go
So
ahead. Who's yours?
there was this could connect to the show that I was watching. It might just be a coincidence, but it could
Okay.
also not be. That I had this dream where it was me in a different. It was like I was still.
Different.
It's like I had not come back to Iceland. Let's say that I
Okay.
was still in the
Also, it
States,
was you in the States, basically.
and
Yeah.
what happened was I had like. Have you guys ever seen the show Manifest?
Yes, I
Yes, I
have.
have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know how they had what they called the callings, where it was
Yes.
Calling,
telling
yeah,
Yes.
they
them,
Yes.
see in the
Yeah.
future.
yeah, well, yeah, they would see into the future, or whatever, and they would guide them to do better.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So in this dream, I basically had one of these callings. It was I opened a book, and a bunch of worms fell out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was walking around. I think we were in, I don't know where we were, but I was walking around trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. And in this dream, my whole entire family was against me. Like everybody hated me. You know, it was my mom, she tried to pepper spray me in this dream. I'll get to that in a second. So I'm walking around trying to figure out what the dream means, but my phone keeps pinging. I pick up my phone and I see just a bunch of messages about something happening at the mall. I go to the mall and my family is there. Okay. And what happened was my family was there. My mom saw me and she got afraid. She got afraid of me. And as I got closer to her, she kept backing up and then she took up a pepper spray bottle and tried to pepper spray me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember what happened next. This dream was like a week ago or something. And I think what happened was I think the calling was telling me to let go of my hatred towards my family because I was also angry at my family. I think he was trying to tell me like to let go of my hatred and whatnot and let go of my pain. And then in the end of the dream, I made up with my family, blah blah blah. And I think that might have been me, like somewhere else. I don't know. Either it
Maybe.
was it's one of two things. It's either me in a different life or it was my dream trying to tell me to let go of my hatred and pain today. But it's I
I
I don't
think
know.
I think it might have been both.
A little bit of both.
It could have been
I
both, yeah.
think it might have been both because the way you described it sounds like it was you in a different life, but also at the same time, it was like telling you a
It's like
message,
me
right?
and that life were connected, and
Yeah,
that
that's
life
what.
was trying to send me a message. Is what I
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
and that's why I believe in the whole multiversal thing as well. Because like I've had so many dreams that are kind of like that, where it felt like that dream felt so real. I felt like I was there. And
Yeah.
that's why I
I
say
know what you're talking
it
about.
could have been me in another life, because I felt like I was there. I felt like that was
Mm-hmm.
me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So
Yep.
I've had dreams where I'm an astronaut, where I'm stuck in a mental facility, I'm a lawyer, I'm, a superhero, whatever. I think everybody's had a dream about being a superhero, but
Yeah.
I've had
I'm
so
pretty
many
sure
dreams that
yeah.
felt so real, and I honestly think that it's like us in a different life. Us on a different in a different pocket dimension,
In a
as you call
different
it.
pocket dimension at the same time trying to also send you a message. That's what I
Mm,
feel like it's like when you dream like
Yeah.
that.
mm.
That's what
Brain's definitely trying to send a message or something.
definitely. I 100% agree to that fact because of like you know what I'm saying? Like I said, right? With the believe when you see it with your own eyes, you're seeing
Hmm.
it with your own eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the
Now,
same time, and somewhere your thought process in the back of your mind, right? You're always like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, this shit felt so real, bro. Was it real? Was it not? And then, like you're going back and forth, and then like you have another dream, right? And that's when you start putting the puzzles together, like, hey yo, this shit might actually be real, but like it's not happening to me. So it
Hmm.
has to be in a different dimension where it's me as a different person
but it's
going through,
not you.
but it's not you at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's like how do you say it's like the possession shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get possessed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like if it kind of feels
It's like you're watching, but you're not in control of your
yeah,
body.
but for, like the thing that I was trying to say, it feels like you're a wandering spirit, like
Yeah.
going through all these dreams, all these different like so like pocket dimensions, and like you're seeing it with your eyes, but you don't really have control. But at the same time, you do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Hmm.
you, but it's also you in the backseat watching stuff
Because that
unfold in front of you.
you cannot control.
Exactly, which
But
is
it is still
why I
you.
believe the multiverse. The multiverse is real, and I don't give a flying fuck what other people say.
Somebody just said, my girlfriend just said in chat that you need to see a priest.
No, I don't. I've seen a lot of
Nah,
stuff that
I still believe the same thing. Like I agree with Sev. I think that
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life and witnessed a lot with my own two eyes to the point where if I just like dream about shit like that, bro, I'm like immediately, hey yo, that shit was real, bro. I don't care. I don't care no more. That shit was real.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have to see it to believe it. Like
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, you're seeing it with your own two eyes.
Yeah.
So like the more it happens, right? Like the more this stuff happens to you, the more you start to ponder somewhere, bro. Like you might not be thinking about it like actively, right? But
Hmm.
somewhere in the back of your mind, that is spinning right there, bro. It is just spinning, and then like sometimes, eventually, like randomly at some point in your life, you'd be like, "Hey, yo, that dream, man, that shit felt, you know what I'm saying? That shit felt real, man."
Yeah.
And you start thinking, like in that thinking process, you start thinking, like you know what I'm saying, like all these thoughts come up in your mind left and right. You're just thinking, hmm, I bet, you know what I'm saying? That shit might that might be real. Pop, go to sleep. You have another one. You hey, wait a minute.
all
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
so here in a little bit, we'll let the chat ask us some questions, and then
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because we're an hour in already,
All right,
Yeah.
wait.
so here in not just give me a second. So damn stubborn, Sev.
I am.
But I was gonna say here in a couple minutes we'll let people in the chat ask us some questions, and the three of us will answer them.
As
Um,
truly and honest as we can.
Yeah.
but like it,
Let's all right, let's diverge from this topic because I feel like we've talked enough about this topic
About
for
it.
now.
Yeah.
And let's go back to the topic we started on, which is the alien topic, where we didn't really go
we
anywhere. You
didn't
know what I'm
really
saying?
go anywhere into that one.
So
Well, no,
let's
we
get
didn't.
that somewhere. and then people can ask us some questions.
Okay, I have another crazy story for you.
Mhm.
And this is under the category of aliens, okay? I this okay. This happened when I was 16. This was after I moved to Iceland. Me and my cousin were living at our grandparents.
You talking about
And
Stefan?
yeah, we lived at our grandparents. I know I was 16 because my mom bought me my first cigarette pack when I was 15, and I was out on the balcony smoking with my grandma. So this was 1 a.m. Okay, me and my
Mhm.
grandmother, we are smoking on the patio. We're just talking. Or patio, is a patio in a backyard?
It's a patio, yeah.
Okay, so we're smoking a cigarette on the patio, just talking. Um, and we look up into the sky. We see there's like a bunch of stars. Very good weather. Very good weather. There was no clouds out. It was just very nice. We look up in the sky and we see one bright light that is like moving really fast, zigzagging across the sky, right? And all of a sudden, there's this bright white flash in front of both of us. I know I saw it, and I know my grandmother saw it too because she screamed. She screamed, ah! And there was just this white, bright light that flashed us both. Okay. I didn't think nothing of it. Okay. This was around 1 a.m. I didn't think nothing of it. I go back inside, and it's almost an hour later than when I went
What?
outside. It was
What?
almost an
Wait,
hour
what?
later
Wait, what?
after I went outside. I went
Huh?
out at around 1 a.m. It was almost 2 a.m. when I went back inside. Bro, I shit you not. Like not even 5 minutes had passed, bro. We smoked one cigarette. Like 3 4 minutes had gone by. I walked back inside. An hour had passed almost. Make that make sense, bro. Make
I
it,
It does.
please. Somebody make it make sense.
I cannot
Because
make
that
sense.
makes no sense
You
Flash
right
at
about
comes
all,
out
that.
of
bro.
nowhere, and then it's fucking an hour later. That makes no sense.
That's what
Bro,
I'm saying. It makes no
that's
sense.
trippy, bro.
I
That's
believe that we are not alone. There is
We're
no
not.
possible way that we are alone.
bro. Ain't
I've
no,
seen.
there ain't no way we is the only people in this universe, bro. I don't care what you tell me, bro. Ain't no goddamn way.
Uh,
Like you said, right? The like let me not get too
Bro,
into it, but
the
the
white
government shit, like how they be trying to cover shit up, bro.
I
yeah.
I don't
Area,
know, but
what? If we go there, bro, we gonna see everything. I promise
see,
you, bro.
okay,
Why is that a place? Why is that a place where you can't go? And if
me
you
me and
go,
my girlfriend were
it's
talking
not on
about this
site.
the other day. Like
Area
why
51.
why is no one public allowed to go into the Area 51?
Yep.
I,
And
I
why
I
is
don't
it?
even know.
Aliens are real, people.
Yeah,
I
They
they
just
are.
are.
don't
Bro,
freaking believe.
bro, let somebody come with a logical fucking explanation right now to why you get shot on sight. Let me,
If you go to
bro.
Area 51.
If you go to Area 51, why are you gonna get? You're not doing anything wrong. Why are you
No,
getting
you're
shot
not.
on sight?
I
Son,
don't know why they have all the security and all that shit. They don't like if it's not a place that has nothing and they're not hiding anything. They shouldn't have all the security, all the bodyguards just guarding that place
They say
unless
that
there's
it's a
something in there.
military testing facility. I
that's
do
cap.
not believe that.
But
That's cap.
I live in Vegas and I don't see any rockets or anything going off on. I
That's
don't
cap.
hear anything. I'm in Vegas. I don't hear anything. None of that.
I've so
And,
after this. Wait, what were you saying, Greg? Sorry, I cut you off. My bad.
like I went to this mountain area to volunteer for the summer. As I said, I told you about that yesterday, and it's close to Area 51. Sure, hail came down. That's normal, I guess, in the mountains. But I never saw anything on Area 51 come up or anything. So if they're testing something inside that nobody will know about. because it's not outside. It's not no military
Wait,
place.
you said it was hailing in Arizona. That
Oh, Vegas.
in Vegas.
Vegas.
How is it hailing in Vegas?
Okay, so the mountains in Vegas, they hold all the weather, like the rain, the snow, all that. So I don't know how Vegas works because I live here, but I don't know how it works. But all I know is the weather stops at the mountains because Vegas is all covered by mountains. Like everywhere you go, you see a mountain in Vegas.
Hey,
So
yo.
I'm guessing that weather just stays there on the mountains.
I'm
Like the
Bruh,
hail was
I'm
the
I'm
size of a
I'm
snowball.
I'm confused by the fact that you're saying that the weather just stays there. That's confusing me for some odd reason because
I mean, it doesn't like actually stay there. Like we get rain, sure, and snow, but the snow melts instantly once it touches inside Vegas. But out on the
I mean
mountains, you can see
that's
snow
yeah,
everywhere.
but that's you have to realize as well that high on mountains is like very cold, very cold.
Yeah.
So like,
because it's
I don't
close
know.
to the atmosphere, isn't it?
Hmm.
Like
We're
they
getting
the
a little bit off topic here again,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think so. After the story that I just told you guys about the
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
about the flash of white light,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do some research since,
Mm-hmm.
I was a young mind, experiencing new things, blah, 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 whatever. So I watched this documentary because I looked up situations where that had happened to other people. Okay. And I saw this one particular documentary. I can't remember the guy's name, but something similar what happened to me happened to this person. He went Hang on, let me see if I can find this.
Okay.
I need to see if I can find this so that I can tell you guys what actually happened to him. Um,
By the way, this is a friendly reminder: drink your water, stay hydrated.
Always hydrate.
no, that's not what I'm looking for.
Uh,
I can't remember his name. Okay, but I partially remember the story. So this man was in the military, okay, and
Mhm.
he was about to get the what's it called?
Discharged.
No, he was about to get sent to a different
Sent there.
country. He was about to get
Uh, I know what you're talking about.
he was about to get sent stationed somewhere else. Let's just say that. They were basically moving him. Um and he goes to this diner where he's going to be picked up by a military bus or whatever.
I think I've heard this
Deployed.
story.
He's going to get deployed. He's going to get deployed to a
I
different
think I've
country.
heard this story, bro.
He goes to this diner where he was told to wait for this military bus where it was taking him and a couple other people to the airport. He goes to the diner and he has to wait a little while because he decided to be an hour early because the military people, they're always early.
Early,
Like
yeah.
they're always on time or either on time or early. So he gets there an hour early, he eats some food, and he decides to make a phone call to one of his family members, I guess, to like just talk to them before he leaves. And he sees as he's making the phone call, he sees three lights, two white lights and one red light in the form of a triangle in the sky. Okay. He sees these three lights and then a flash happens. Similar to what happened to me in my story.
Yep.
A flash of white light happened. And then all of a sudden, it was 2 hours later. He missed the bus. The phone was hanging off the telephone thing. Okay. And the diner had closed. 2 hours later. He skipped time 2 hours. Okay.
What?
Similar to what happened to me in my story. He skipped 2 hours. And he had no clue. He had no idea. All he saw was the white light, and then it was just 2 hours later. He missed the bus. He got in trouble for it, blah, 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 blah. And then he called some reporter after that and told them the story.
His
I
military.
believe that aliens exist, man. I do. I like. I believe that aliens exist. I don't think
No,
we're alone.
they're definitely
Bro,
real.
And
bro,
the thing is,
what?
lately on Twitter and social media and all this, I've been seeing more and more
A lot
UFO
of UFO
sightings.
A lot
activity.
of
I've been
mhm.
seeing
Yeah,
so much on Twitter,
yeah,
bro.
me too.
Yeah, I've
Me
And
seen
it's
too.
a
been
lot.
so much lately. Just over
Me
the last
too.
couple of months, I've seen more than I ever have in my life.
Same, same,
I
same.
think just 2 weeks ago, I saw at least four different articles in one day, bro.
Bro, how about
And
today?
they're
I
all
saw at least
recent, bro.
five.
They're all recent.
Yeah,
Like
I saw
They're all recent.
something is happening.
I
it
think
is.
they're either
I
coming
think
to
think,
it's
us.
bro, aliens are friggin' real. I cannot
I
stress
think
this
it's
enough.
time.
I cannot
I think
stress
it's
this enough, bro.
time for how about put it like this? I think you know how like the universe is like you know how big it is, right? And like
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously we're not alone, right? I think that with all these sightings and stuff happening recently, I think like what is it called? Like because it's you know in the TV in the cartoon show or whatever you want to call it on Futurama, how
Yeah,
they have
Futurama.
the alien what is it called the alien like government type
Yeah,
shit.
alien government.
Yeah, I think it's like about time that humans join that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why all these sightings are happening recently. Like I think they're just slowly building up to it.
Let me tell
So
you.
that
Let me tell you a theory that my cousin gave me.
Okay.
Not Stefan, Sev. This is me and his cousin. Um,
Mhm.
we were throwing a party, and after the party ended, we decided to just sit out on the balcony and just have some beers and talk. And we were obviously just, talking about bullshit because we were drunk, whatever. And he told me this theory about aliens that's actually really makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Um, he said that you know how a lot of humans, the majority, are obsessed with gold and
yeah,
silver.
Yeah.
yeah.
Gold, silver, and money, blah blah blah. Okay.
Well, I can confirm that because I
They
own a lot of gold shit.
he told me that his theory is the reason that we are so obsessed with gold and silver and minerals and shit is because aliens or some other life form is controlling the government at a higher level than the White House. Okay,
I agree.
controlling the uh controlling the mass, blah 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 blah, through the governments.
The
Like
matrix.
another life form is basically above the president, right?
Yeah.
And above most worldwide presidents and world leaders.
Yep.
And we are tasked as humans to gather gold and silver as fuel for other life sources. We just don't know it. That was his theory. His
When you
theory
put
is
it like
that we were put his theory that we were put on this earth to mine for another life form.
I actually believe that. Not gonna lie.
when you put it like that,
I mean, think
Because
about it. It makes sense because
it
in
does.
movies and stories and all this other like old stuff, what is the main thing that aliens always want? It's minerals,
minerals, yeah.
fuel, another source, another element, blah blah blah. That's always what they want. How could it might not be any different here.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Bro,
We
when you put
could
it in
be
that
put here
perspective,
to do everything for another life source, and I
like
think it could be true.
when you put it like I said before, when you put it like that, it high key makes a lot of sense, bro.
It really
That's what I'm
does.
saying. It does make a lot of sense. And
When you
I think that we're being watched. I think that all of these
put,
UFO sightings and everything, we're all just being watched. I think that's what it
We
is.
are. Definitely
definitely,
mostly are being watched.
we're definitely being watched.
I think that they're doing something or planning something. To be honest, since all these UFO sightings are popping up now, I feel like they're coming to do something, or they're
Or it's
doing
to slowly
planning
migrate us
something.
into the alien alliance or whatever it's called.
Yeah. There's
Here,
no
here's
way.
another theory. By the way, here's another theory that my brother, one of my brothers told me when we were getting fucking shit faced. So we were talking, right, and we all of a sudden
Mhm.
like randomly ended up like on aliens. We were drunk as shit. We just ended up on that topic, and he said, with all these recent UFO sightings, right? What if they're trying to like make it into a movie so it like slowly becomes reality? You know what I mean?
I think the one thing that's always boggled my mind is, where did all these stories come from? Where did
One
the
thing
idea
that
of aliens, where did the idea of vampires and werewolves
it's
and
real,
Werewolves.
bro. It's
all
all
this
real.
stuff, where did
It's
this all
all
come
real.
from? And the the one thing that really, like, I've done a lot of research on the Roman times
Empire
as
stuff.
well. Like, this was when I was younger. I did a lot of reading on the Romans and their findings and whatever findings were in that area, because a lot of a lot of scientific findings and stuff has been around that area. So like, I did a little bit of reading, and
Yeah.
many years ago, like, we're talking, this was a
Really?
fossil from like thousands of years ago. The two front teeth, or not the exact two front ones, but like exactly how it is in the movies. The two teeth on the sides, they found remains of bodies that had those longer teeth. How
Yeah,
did they
nah,
do it?
Uh,
How do you get a fossil like that? Unless it's
don't.
doctored, you can't. How does a human skull have two teeth that are longer than the other ones and pointy?
I mean, you can't.
Because blood sucking vampires exist, guys.
Yeah, that's
And
the only reason.
I can't stress this enough. There's a lot of shit that we don't know about, and
They're
it's
hiding it from us.
it's all being hidden. It is
it
all
is.
being hidden. And
It is.
like, for example, we've only explored 5% of the fucking ocean, for example.
Wasn't it 10 now?
Hello? Or
Oh
maybe
yeah,
10, or
I
it's
think it's
10%
10
of
now.
the ocean. What's in the other 90%?
Bro,
But
hey,
I've
yo,
actually seen this video of these strange mythical sea creatures. I don't know what it was, but it was big, massive, and
did you
like
see,
even megalodon. We knew about that. But what else could be out there? We knew
bro?
the megalodon was real.
Did
What
y'all
else could
hear?
be out
Did you hear about the group?
okay, hang on, guys. We're going far off topic here, and we still need material for different days. Okay,
there?
That's
Yeah.
that's
so
a topic
here's
I really want to talk about though. The
all right,
ocean.
all right. The ocean. We'll leave that for the next podcast.
All right, man.
The next one.
Since we're an hour and 15 minutes in, what I want to do now is, at the end of every podcast, we are going to allow the chat to ask us questions for 15 minutes, and we will answer them. All three of us will get a chance to answer every single question. So, I just want to say first, tonight has been an amazing first podcast. It's been really good. I've really enjoyed sitting you guys here about and talking about all of this, because this is stuff that I enjoy, is just rambling and having conversation.
It's what I like to call.
And you guys in
real
chat
talk.
have also been very cool today. So here's what we're gonna do. For the next 15 to 20 minutes, we are going to allow you guys to ask questions, and all three of us are going to answer each question. We won't be able to get to every question, but
let's take turn though. Take turn answering.
yeah. We'll take turns
Guys,
answering,
we
of
gotta-
course.
Yeah.
You're gonna be first, Bags. You're gonna be the first.
We
one to
already
answer.
have one question.
Bags answers
And
first, then Greg,
I
then
think-
I'll go last.
I think this is a
Except
little
for
too
last
political. I think this may
Uh,
I think this may be a little bit of a iffy topic on Twitch. Who did
Okay.
9/11? I don't think we're allowed to talk about this.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we can't.
I don't
I
think we can.
No, let's
at
not.
least
Let's
not
not
here
go
on
into that.
Twitch. I
That's
don't
that's
think we're allowed to
so
talk about
down
this
a
on
rabbit
Twitch.
hole, bro. Let's not do that.
But
Yeah, because that's iffy.
I think that is a very iffy topic, Cherry. So I don't think we're gonna be talking about that.
That's a very wow.
That'll
That's
be in
a
the
different
Among Us chat. Sure, we'll do it in the Among
Let's
Us
get
chat.
them.
Sure. All right. So the next question is opinion on the Bermuda Triangle.
I think it's real.
I think it's real.
Bigger one.
There is a lot of things in the Bermuda Triangle that have happened in that area that we cannot explain. There have been, not to mention the biggest question of all, Amelia Earhart. Nobody has found her, which makes no fucking sense. She flew over the Bermuda Triangle and now she just disappeared off the face of the earth? No, thank you. Do not believe it.
Yeah, bro,
No.
hell fucking no.
They did
I'm
find her?
sorry.
Wait, they did?
Did they?
Did they?
They found her?
Okay, you guys
Where was
answer while
she?
I look this up.
Bro,
Like
what?
2 years ago?
They found her plane.
They found her.
But did-
plane.
Did they find her?
Did they find her? That's what I want to know. If they found.
Well, this
her.
was 2 years ago.
Did they find her though? I know it's something about a plane, but was it her? Was she not in it?
Or was she in it?
She was eaten by crabs. A new forensic analysis of bones found on a remote Pacific island 80 years ago. Wait, 80 years ago strongly suggested they belonged to Amelia Earhart. Remains found
Huh?
on Nicomaroro in 1940 were originally ruled out. Oh no, it was ruled out as belonging to the famed pilot as they were thought to be male. Okay, so that is not the
that's
thing
not
that I'm
her.
looking at.
Okay.
Here it is, December 2nd, 2022. So this was not even a year ago.
Mhm.
A new piece of evidence has been uncovered that could shed light on the mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance. The famous aviator went missing during her attempt to fly around the world in 1937, and her whereabouts remain unknown to this day. It's widely believed she either crash landed in the Pacific Ocean or died a castaway after making land, but proof of her death has never been discovered. However, forensic scientists have discovered letters and numbers etched on an aluminum panel found on a remote island near where Earhart's plane went missing. The panel was found on Nicomaroro Island in 1991, but until now, scientists had never discovered the hidden marks. So this panel was found in 1991, but they only knew not even a year ago what it was. So I guess
So
they found something about her.
But they didn't find her.
They didn't find her remains, but they found
They
found
didn't find
something.
her remains. They didn't find anything.
Okay. Well, it's still a little bit weird that she went missing like that.
I feel like the Bermuda Triangle is it's like a rift in time or like something weird. I don't know how to, bro. How do you explain all these boats, airplanes, all this shit going missing and then being found like a few years later? You know what I'm saying? Like I get it that you can find it. That doesn't make sense, but like at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing can truly ever disappear.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Unless you go through a dimensional tear, a rift, or a black hole. That's when something will truly disappear and vanish.
Yeah.
So either the Bermuda Triangle is this dimensional rift that we don't know about, or it's like a black hole on the planet, or like whatever, like a tear in reality, or whatever you want to call it.
Well,
yeah.
What about you, Greg? What's your opinion?
But I think it's real. I just think that it sucks whatever comes near it. Like how Sev said, it sucks it up, and a couple years later, just spits it back out and puts it wherever it wants. There's no way that if something goes missing and then we just find it years after. Like, how does that explain what happened to it? Like, there's barely damage to it. Like, what went on when it missing? We don't know anything, and nobody's telling us anything. So, people can go missing, and we can find them. We know exactly what happens to them, but people go in the Bermuda Triangle, and we don't know shit. Like, what does that mean? Is it like something that we'll never find out, we'll never be told?
Cherry does make a good point here in chat. It has been verified that the Bermuda Triangle area is a magnetic field, but I still think that, like, and she's right, it is a magnetic field. Like, I've seen the documentaries. It is a magnetic field.
magnetic field.
But the thing, it's not so much about it being a magnetic field. It's more so the fact that we can't find what has been missing over the Bermuda Triangle. There's a lot of things that have gone missing there that we cannot find, and I think it's more so that is what's kind of strange. But the whole magnetic field thing and
what are magnetic fields attached to again?
now I'm probably gonna look like a bozo here, but I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna look it up too.
No, my question is, since it has magnetic field, what about the pirate ships that went missing? The Bermuda Triangle. They had no
metal.
They had
Aliens
no
done it.
metal. So how did they go missing? And we found pirate ships to this day. That's my question. How did they go missing with no metal, no electronics? They just had lights and a ship. That's the thing that confuses me.
I wonder, does a black hole have magnetic fields? I don't think it does it? Magnetic field is a factor.
The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is an urban legend focused on a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The idea of the area as uniquely prone to disappearances arose in the mid-20th century, but most reputable sources dismiss the idea that there is any mystery. Triangle writers have used a number of supernatural concepts to explain the events. One explanation pins the blame on leftover technology from the mythical lost continent of Atlantis. Okay, that's a bit far-fetched, but sometimes connected to the Atlantis story is the submerged rock formation known as the Bimini Road off the island of Bimini in the Bahamas, which is in the triangle by some definitions. Followers of the purported psychic Edgar Cayce take his prediction that evidence of Atlantis would be found in 1968 as referring to the discovery of the Bimini Road. Believers describe the formation as a road, wall, or other structure, but the Bimini Road is of natural origin. Some hypothesize that a parallel universe exists in the Bermuda Triangle region, causing a time-space warp that sucks the objects around it into a parallel universe. Others attribute the events to UFOs. Others attribute the events to UFOs. Charles Berlitz, author of various books on anomalous phenomena, lists several theories attributing the losses in the triangle to anomalous or unexplained forces. Okay, well,
I think there's a black hole in the Bermuda Triangle.
I also this is just
the
theory I got also about it.
Let me scroll back up because we're missing some questions here.
Let me see. Hole or something.
The next, let's try to keep our answers a little bit shorter because we're on a time period here.
But I bet. Wait. You know what we could do? We could save this topic for the next cast.
Well, this is just questions that we're gonna answer.
Yeah, I know, but now,
really quick.
It can become a topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now we have a topic to talk about.
Exactly. So we have the ocean. We have the Bermuda Triangle for next topics. That's 2. So let's save this.
Yeah. I got you. The next question is, how do you guys feel about Pizzagate? I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna be completely honest.
That?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea what Pizzagate is.
What is that?
I have no idea. So we have another question here from Phoenix. Why are we here? Why are we such a developed race, and for what reason? Actually, we don't need to answer that. Go back, or actually, Phoenix, this will be posted on YouTube, and we actually talked about that a little bit ago. So you can just look back for your answer on at least my thoughts and their thoughts on that topic. a little bit back once I post the full thing on YouTube.
I think you should also, like, you know what I'm saying, when you're gonna post it on YouTube, like, with the time length and everything, I think like you should put, you know how they have now on YouTube, you can like do like split it and then put a section in it.
Like
Yeah.
topics we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay,
So just
next
section
question
it.
is, where do you see the human race in the next 1,000 years with a major scientific breakthrough every 10 to 15 years? I do not think the human race will last another 1,000 years. I'm going
I
to be completely honest. That's my
that's
answer.
where that's where I would like want to say like where I wish I was a vampire so I could see the next 1,000 years so I could actually see what happens. But like you
Mhm.
only get one life, so like guessing what happens in the future in reality has no point because you won't be there.
I mean, scientists could pull off something like immortality or somehow. But what I'm saying no because the sun.
Well,
I feel like it's not gonna live that much longer than 1,000 years. I feel like the sun's gonna explode within maybe 50 to 60 years, and the Earth is either we move to a different planet that can take uh
life,
O2, yeah, life, and we move there, I guess. But the sun isn't gonna last that much longer. Within 1,000
but
years, it's not.
I mean,
like
there's already pieces of it breaking off. Like there was a piece that broke off not too long ago.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
the sun ain't lasting longer, bro. I'm sorry, but like
yeah.
you said, immortality. I hope I don't know if you saw it or not, but Elon Musk basically said that he could make people immortal, but he chooses not to. I don't
He
know if
could.
yeah, no, he said that because he said he could figure it out, which he probably already has, but he just won't
Yeah,
do it. You know what I'm saying?
just give it to himself.
He might give it to himself, he might not, but he specifically said he does not want to solve that because if it falls into the wrong hands, oh boy.
It's yeah, everyone will die because you can't kill a person that's immortal.
Exactly. But all right. Next question.
Next
If you
question.
guys have any more questions, go ahead and ask. We have a little bit of more time here. Okay, Phoenix said, actually, I have a question about that.
About
About the Elon Musk immortal thing, I think.
I saw a clip of it
Wait, you
on
asked them, Cherry. I'm not seeing.
Oh, she said, "Is Annie Hathaway Shakespeare's wife reincarnated?"
Oh, okay, here we go. Is Anne Hathaway Shakespeare's wife reincarnated? Oh,
I'll be honest, I don't even know
I don't
who
know
that
who that is.
I don't know either. Honestly, I don't know who those are.
Let's give it a book,
I
bro.
think I know who Anne Hathaway is, but I don't really follow that much.
Next
Let me
question.
look.
We don't have an answer. I'm sorry to whoever asked it, but I don't know who it is. I don't, neither do they, so like we don't have an answer for you.
Let me look it up. And
But I
You
think I'm
talk
gonna
about
have
the
to do.
actress, Cherry? Because that's all I can find on Anne Hathaway.
yeah, that's all I could find.
So it is the actress then. If you both found the same thing.
She's still alive. Wait, might be not the right thing then.
No. They asked if she was the reincarnation of Shakespeare's wife.
Oh, it
That's what they
might be.
asked.
I don't know who Anne Hathaway like looked like. So
I don't know.
at first,
But it is kind of weird though how some people look like
Here, I
people
found it.
that-
did
People are running wild with a conspiracy theory about Anne Hathaway, her husband, and Shakespeare. Good morning and happy Monday for the last piece. Oh no, that's just some bullshits.
that's some
People-
bullshit.
People on the internet think that actor Anne Hathaway's husband, Adam Shulman, is a reincarnation of the late poet and playwright William Shakespeare. The conspiracy first floated by Twitter user Peachy Black Girl, over the weekend.
Okay.
Not only draws physical similarities between Shulman and Shakespeare, but also notes that Shakespeare's wife was named Anne Hathaway. At
Wait,
this
what?
point, at this point, you've scrolled far enough down that this post you might think is dumb. You may even be thinking this is the dumbest thing I've ever read. Or you might otherwise be thinking, go on. Over 438,000 people on Twitter had their interest piqued and their curiosities bristled. Bro, who is this news reporter? People are really supporting the theory that the modern day couple are direct reincarnations of the couple who wed in 1582 and have since come back for each other. And apparently there's a lot of people that think it's true.
Bro, I'm be honest.
If I knew who she looked like at first and I looked at the actor now, I would probably say yes. I don't know who she
what?
was.
I'm looking at the pictures of them back in the day and them now. Yo, there's no way.
What, they look exactly the same?
Sev, you're on Twitter, right?
Yeah. My Twitter handle is Sev Wavy.
Wait, hang on. I'm sending you a picture of Shakespeare and of him. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the podcast talks thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look at these two pictures, bro. Look at these two pictures, bro. Yo!
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Look at how similar they are!
They are. What the fuck?
What? Hey, yo.
Yo! What the fuck? That's crazy!
No, bro. Hey,
What?
bro.
Oh, no.
I ain't dealing with that. Nope. Skip.
No.
Nope.
Yo!
I ain't giving
What
my
the
answer,
fuck?
bro. Nope.
That is insane.
Nope. I don't want nothing to do with that topic.
The beard, fucking hair? What the fuck?
The forehead, too? God damn.
Yeah. We incarnated Shakespeare over here. Holy fuck.
I'm sorry, bro. The only thing I can fucking think of every time I look at the fucking
Forehead.
No forehead, bro. He might need to go see a doctor or something. That might be
Bro, they are so similar. And her name is literally Anne Hathaway. That's
nah, bro.
That's so weird.
Nah, bro. I'm be honest. Either it's one or two things. They're vampires.
They're vampires.
And they live until now. And it
Hey, you could be wrong.
Or they're reincarnations, which I don't want to get into because that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's another.
For a long time on those two things.
Yeah.
Because the same thing with Keanu, bro.
Keanu.
Bro, if you see some paintings and pictures of people in the past, they look exactly like Keanu Reeves. Either he's a vampire, or he's just a reincarnation. Like, I don't know.
That's actually crazy. Like, I'm literally sitting here like, goddamn, that's insane.
Bro. You know we could do it because this is like a whole other topic. We could save it and then.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be talking about this. And
Saving
actually,
this,
you know what? Cherry is a big conspiracy theorist. So we might bring you onto the next podcast, Cherry, if this will be one of the topics. But we definitely need to get you.
No. We might. We definitely bringing your ass.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about now after this first podcast. All right, we are 1 hour and 36 minutes in. I think it's safe to say that.
Do you wanna make it an hour, or do you want to make it like an hour and 45 or like 2 hour podcast?
We could make it an hour and 45. Let's just do that. We'll make it an hour and 45. But wow, that's insane, guys.
That's 3 whole topics.
That's 3 whole topics for the next podcast.
That we could dive into deeply, bro. Like dead ass.
Jesus, this has been really good.
And bro, we have a person
that's going to come on with us.
We're gonna have some guests.
We're gonna have a special, bro. Like this is, bro. Like that ass, like
This
this
is what
podcast shit.
podcasts
I'm
need.
not gonna lie, is a good idea. Like
It is.
you got me, you got Greg, and you have Bags, right? Bags is like,
Okay, let me write these down so I don't forget.
yeah. Write them down while I
Yeah.
talk about this. Let's put it like this: Bag is like the host of the podcast, right? And like he just like sets everything up, and like we just talk and we ramble and we dive into stuff deeply. You have me, who's like, you know what I'm saying, the jokey guy. Then you have Greg, who's like, you know what I'm saying, the also like the jokey man, but like dead ass can be into a topic, like for real, like deep dive. Bro, this shit, I'm telling you, if we keep this up, we could do something with it.
Okay, so what topics did we find? Ocean,
Bermuda Triangle,
and reincarnation,
and vampire. What was it?
Vampires and reincarnation.
Vampire and reincarnation. And like what we should also do is like if we find like Cherry, for example, people like Cherry who like, you know what I'm saying, like pique our interest, I feel like we should bring them onto the podcast after like we do that podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then we have variety in people on the cast, right? Because obviously, like I said, you have me, you have Greg, and you have Bags. Those are like the main three, and then we can bring in people who pique our interest in certain topics, and we can save those and then bring them onto the next one. So we have a, you know, already like a part of the podcast already planned out. And then we have the ramble section. Like right now, we're just talking about stuff, shit out.
This today has been this podcast has been pretty good, guys. I thank you everybody for being here in this live podcast. As I was saying before, we'll definitely be editing the footage, and this will all be going onto YouTube, onto a series that will be called Saturday Night Live on the Baggcast, with Sev and Greg. And I think that this series could go on for a while. Also, we will probably expand onto TikTok and all this other stuff, but that is not yet. Right now, we're kind of gonna get the podcast going, get some viewers in, and find all our new topics,
and find our motion with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get into the swing of things. Like, you know, this is like he said, this is our first time doing a podcast.
Yeah.
All of us.
So we're all kind of new to this whole podcasting thing.
To this environment, so we're all trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Exactly.
And where we can go with it.
But this is something that I've wanted to do for a while, is do a podcast. So
I'm pretty sure you mentioned that to me before.
Yeah, I've been mentioning it a lot over the last year because I have a lot of fun listening to podcasts, and I thought, you know what, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, you know what, might as well do it. You know, so it brings more content options to the table. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest, bro. I feel like we could really take this to somewhere if we do it right. I'm gonna be honest.
If we do it right, of course.
If we do it right, we can make it somewhere with this. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, for sure, Seb. We can put it to Spotify and go up on the list.
Yup. Like for like that ass, because like I said, right? We have the ramble section where we talk about stuff. We have to where we dive into mythology, gods, creation, all this other stuff. We're just diving in and we're talking, and we're like, we have 3 people with 3 different point of view on things. On how the world works, which is interesting enough because, like,
I mean, it's good because on a lot of podcasts you have people with very similar views.
I feel like you don't have variety.
There's a lot of podcasts where it's people with a lot of similar views. But I noticed definitely tonight that the 3 of us definitely have different views on things, and I think it's gonna bring some variety to the podcast, which is what we need, and which is what's gonna be different with us and most other podcasts. So
because we don't shy away from talking about stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that should be talked about. Let's be real. Not a lot of people
for sure
deep dive into these topics like we did tonight.
Talk about like for 5 seconds and then go to the next one.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, and then the next topic. No, they don't really like dive in and give their point on things and their standings on how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if we like I said, bro, if we do this right, we could go
We
somewhere.
will definitely
We would
for
definitely
sure,
go
for sure.
somewhere.
And like I also said, we should keep it in mind if anybody in chat piques our interest with certain things, we should definitely bring them
Bring
Definitely,
them
on.
on.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Bring them on, yeah.
Because then we have another person with a different point of view and standings to where we can all talk about and give our, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our
All right.
perspective.
Well, guys, this has been good. This has been the Baggcast, live in the flesh, live with the boys, and not like the rest. Oh, bars. Nah, I'm playing. Thank you so much, everybody, for sitting with us in this live podcast and bringing these topics to us. I'm going to end the stream here, and then I'm going to restart it back up in a little bit. But tonight, we are doing something entirely different, and tonight is going to be
What are we doing?
Among Us.
Among Us.
Wait, what? What are we playing Among Us on?
He can play it
Well,
on
we
Nick
have a
instead
big
of
group.
phone.
You can download it on your phone for free.
free on
You can
phone.
get it on your console for $5. You can, if you have a laptop, you can get it on your laptop for free, I think, on Steam. I think it's free on Steam.
Damn,
Is
I'm
it?
a
Let me
boy.
see.
Damn, I'm a broke boy.
So,
I mean, it's
guys,
free stuff.
I have been your boy Bags.
Yeah. I'll be your boy Seb.
I'm Boy Greg.
And this was the Baggcast. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And we will see you guys on YouTube. Also, if y'all mofos are on YouTube, make sure you hit that button down below.
Hit that like button.
I'm gonna haunt you. I'm gonna haunt you in your dreams.
Hit that like button. Hit that sub.
I'm gonna haunt you in your dreams. I'm coming for you. If you don't hit that subscribe button, I'm coming for you.
Bro, if y'all don't press that motherfucking notification, bro,
Everything. Hit the
What he
notification,
said.
comment, everything.
We'll
What
be
he
in your
said.
dream, bro. I'm gonna be your sleep paralysis demon, bro.
All right,
You
guys.
ain't pressing.
Be a sleep paralysis demon.
This has been the Badcast. It's been real. Badcast. The Bagcast, not Badcast. God damn. We
has
really
been
need
the
to work on our
Badcast.
intros and outros. You don't have subs on for YouTube? I do. I do for YouTube.
All right.
All right,
Well,
guys.
anyways, me and boy Seb, yeah, from New York, yeah.
This has been Greg from Vegas. See ya.
This has been your boy Bags from the icy lands of Iceland. We'll see y'all next time.
Bro, now people really gonna think I'm from New York.